All right. Yeah. Tablet. We got all this. Time to get it done. All right. And here we go in three, two, one. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Today is Thursday, October 24th, 2019. My name's Jeremy, and this is my first cup of coffee. That's one. Well, good morning, Stacy. Well, let's see. Yesterday was pretty productive. Worked on a number of projects that we've got going, and lining some other things up. There might be some changes coming. Should know more today. I can talk about them tomorrow. And yeah, what else? You ever feel physically rested and then you still yawn? That's what's happening. I feel rested, but I yawned anyway. What else yesterday? Coach CrossFit. Had dinner out with a friend. Yeah. Yeah. Um, what's today? Just a bunch of work and teeth cleaning later. Working out. Trying to find some time for some work in there. It'll be a busy day. That's all right. That's right. I don't mind busy. I think you all know that. Oh, it's Thursday, which means there's a new episode of Martial Arts Radio. And today's episode of Martial Arts Radio is titled, Does Starting Martial Arts as a Kid Give You an Advantage? Good morning, Daniel. And so that whole topic came in from Sensei Jared Wilson, who you may remember from being on the show several times. He has his own show, Martial Thoughts. We've become good friends. And he said, I've got this idea, and I think you should tackle it. So he sent me a message. And basically, he was posing the contrast of I started as a kid, he started as an adult, martial arts. Does that inherently give me an advantage? And so I said, that's an interesting topic. Let me think on it. And I did, and I unpacked it, and it might not go where you think it's going to go. So you can check that out. It's here on YouTube, in your podcast feed. It's all over. whistlekickmartialartsradio.com. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And I'm going to guess we got some questions in here. I didn't even look. Seem to always be questions, which is great. All right. Boom. Here's some questions. It has been said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. How does this relate to the martial arts? Well, I think to go far is pretty clear. How far are you going to get as a martial artist training on your own? Only on your own. To get better as a martial artist, you need to do both. But you need the benefit of other people to observe you and help you and to guide you and to share their body with you so you can kick it or throw it. Martial arts requires others. And the way we interpret martial arts today, there's a social component. A lot of the foundation had a militaristic component, but we've shifted that a little bit in the way that we do the group settings, and it's become social. And if you're having a good time, you're going to learn more. It's easier to have a good time when you're around a good group of people. That was my Sunday, right? 3.5 hours of training. Not incredibly intense, but intense enough with, a couple short breaks here and there. It felt like it was an hour. The time flew by because it was wonderful. If you've trained on your own, hopefully you have, that time doesn't usually go that fast. I think that group training in martial arts is best for general progress, whereas solo training is best for training on something specific. Something that you're not able to work on to the extent that you want to work on it or need to work on it for your own development in a class setting. Yeah. That could be working on a particular form, or a part of a form, or a particular technique, or breathing, or, right? There, an infinite number of things it could be. So, yeah. What's really interesting about this quote is that about 48 hours ago, it popped into my head. Tuesday, I had stopped by Costco on my way to grab a couple things, cat litter, among other things, before I went and trained Kempo. And I was walking in, and this quote, this African proverb, flashed into my head. Because I've essentially realized that that's what's happening with whistlekick. That I've taken it as far as I can on my own. I need help. And that's not to say I don't have help with a lot of things. There are a lot of people helping with a lot of things, but I mean bigger help. I mean, I need people helping. Need people to help me run this company. And that was a little bit difficult to admit, because in the old paradigm of how I looked at things, that defined me as a failure. That if I couldn't do it on my own, then, there was something wrong with me. And that'll play in a little bit to the second question, I noticed. But I don't see it that way anymore. I know what my skill set is. I know what I can do. I know what I can continue to do to help and grow and guide this company. But I also know that there are things I don't have that are kind of necessary skill sets. So I'm looking. I'm looking for people to join me. I'm looking for people with money to believe in me and what we're trying to do. So if anybody out there has a bunch of money, let me know. On the previous episode, you said that your mother is a strong woman. Tell us more about what she has taught you. So this relates to the first question. My mother's about as independent a person as I've ever met. Stubbornly so. And growing up, it was her and I, so I picked up a lot of that. She taught me to be cautious of other people, to do things yourself when possible, because it's a known quantity. She has a very conservative, kind of defensive view of the world, which has served me quite well many times. She's the one that got me into martial arts. I don't know why. I've never asked her that. I think she just thought it would be fun for me. She taught me to do my best. Give my all, any of those phrases that mean essentially the same thing. And she's the reason I've been independent and self-employed pretty much my whole life. And I came out of college and yeah, I worked at Staples, but I was building an IT business. And I shifted from that into whistlekick. And I've had a lot of part-time jobs and little things to fill in here and there. I do some of those now. But she taught me to trust myself. It's not easy to talk about her. It's no secret if anybody knows me, knows her, that we don't have an easy relationship. And I'm immensely appreciative of all the things that she's done to raise me. But yeah, we'll just leave it there. Frank. Oh. When did you really start to believe in yourself? Man. Um, let's see if we can not make this the first episode of First Cup where I break down crying. Depending on how you look at it, I've always believed in myself. To be very direct, everything I have has been invested in whistlekick. And I don't mean that figuratively, I mean it literally. Every nickel I have. Why? Because I believe in myself. Because I'll bet on myself before I bet on anything and anyone else. Because I have that control. I have that say. I only fail if I permit it. Which isn't always an easy way to live. It can be exhausting. Excuse me. Now I'm hiccuping, burping and yawning. Super. Huh. This is the first time I've in a while with First Cup that my brain's been a little knotted up and I'm having trouble finding words. It's not entirely true. There are a lot of words. I'm just not comfortable sharing many of them. I've been very blessed. I've achieved a lot of things personally, professionally, martial arts, business-wise, that people said couldn't be done. My last business, my IT business, when I opened a retail store with consulting and repair and parts and everything. I had a number of people that said it wasn't going to work. Well, we achieved profitability month 2. That business went on to, over the years, employ a number of people, dozens of people. Thank you, Stacy. It gave a lot of young people a start in IT, helped a number of people take their home taught skills and develop them, and then they moved on to better jobs. Yeah, and I was pretty proud of that. A lot of people learned a lot of things and made a simple living. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't a great living. And they moved on to better things. And through all that, I saw what my influence was there. And a similar thing is happening now with whistlekick in that I'm I don't say this in a ego way, but I'm a bit of a center point. And these things that are whistlekick around me are connecting people, pulling people in, whether it's training day next month, where dozens of people will show up and train together and become friends, and some of those friendships persist beyond that day. Um, whether it's people that come on martial arts radio and then listeners connect with them, or listeners connecting with each other in the Facebook group. There's a lot of connecting. And it's something that I take a lot of pride in. So, I think we're going to leave it there. Homework. I'll give you homework in a second. If you want to ask a question, drop it below. I'll answer it tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. I do the show every weekday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. Here on YouTube, you can catch the audio later in your podcast feed. Go check out that podcast episodes, Martial Arts Radio, here on YouTube or wherever. And I'm curious if other people feel the same way. This wasn't one of those where I felt really strongly about my opinion. I mean, my opinion is my opinion. But I could certainly be swayed by some other persuasive arguments. Now, your homework. I'd like you to spend some time today considering where are the places where you are wildly independent, and where are the places where you're more comfortable being with other people. And I don't just mean socially, I mean working towards a goal. So for example, I'm more comfortable in my martial arts with others. I'm more comfortable when it comes to work, being by myself. When it comes to weight training, I'm more comfortable by myself. Hiking, more comfortable by myself. Almost everything's gonna be by myself, except for martial arts, I think. But think about those differences. And what are the pros and cons? What are you missing out on by doing things the way that you're doing? There's more training I should be doing on my own, for sure. Yeah. We're going to call it there. Thanks for coming by. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.